Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where I just fired up the game and I noticed two things. First off, hello whales. I don't know why you're Iceland now, but I'll allow it. Secondly, we have a lot of people trying to get ransomed. I don't know where this came from. It's all the same person. I accept. I don't know, I guess there's a little bug there or something? At any rate, I do want to ransom all of these prisoners. So we're going to ransom back everybody that's here. Including, I believe, this guy. Yeah, this is Yoruba land. I'm actually going to hold off on ransoming him because he's making money and I would like to make that money. So that'll be fine. So there's some ransomings happening there. Excellent. And we're going to ransom back. You can't afford the full amount, but that's okay. I don't mind that. I accept. And I believe that is it for right now. We're not going to ransom this guy back yet because he'll be able to pull the full amount pretty soon. So that's great. We did get a son. That's very, very good. I was concerned about that. Hopefully our son survives. We're going to go ahead and immediately put him on stewardship education. Excellent. And of course that does mean we have cash. So we should take a look at... Oh, yeah, of course he's sickly. We should take a look at what we've got available here. We can update the camel breeders, but that's not super good. So I'm not going to do that currently. Now... our capital over here, our capital's over here. I actually believe that we should currently spend this money on constructing cities over here. So let's construct a new holding, and we cannot personally hold city buildings, or we cannot personally hold cities. Yes, I'm fine with that. We know that we can't do that. So we're going to build a city holding over here, and we're going to build one over here as well as soon as we have the cash. And as far as our holding slots up here go, I think those will also be city holdings. Those will also be economic focus. We can get a new stewardship perk. That's great. We're going to grab likable, so that way people like us a little bit better. They don't like us very well right now, but that's fair enough, honestly. There's a good reason for that. That alliance expired. Sure. We're currently up to about 14,000 troops. That's going pretty well, all things considered. Akan is at a similar amount, so we would actually be completely fine to attack them if we had the prestige. We do not currently have the prestige. What we do have is 21 gold per month without being in war, without war profiteer. I'm pretty happy about that, all things considered. But we need more. We need way more. We need to get all of these investments going. So I think right now what we're doing is we're probably saving up for these city constructions. How much does each city actually cost? 400 gold? Okay. We do need a new chancellor, and this guy is a terrible option. And I'm going to put this guy in. Excellent. Well, our daughter finally came of age. Sure. We'll go ahead and do that. That is something we already set up, of course. So we'll just assume that we made the correct choice. We probably didn't, but we will assume. He spent gold. How rude. Why did you spend your gold? That's our gold. Very, very rude indeed. Trading posts have been constructed over here. Great. That, of course, means that we need to get these pastures upgraded. We're only missing 2 gold for that. We'll get that queued up immediately, as soon as we have our next payment tick, which will be sometime soon. We don't exactly know when it's going to be, because it seems to be every 30 days in Crusader Kings 3 specifically, rather than tied to the actual first of the month, like it is in most Paradox games. But I suppose they did that to make, like, February's not be the most efficient month and things like that. Makes sense. Fair enough. That's not a change that I'm going to have an issue with, as opposed to the Men-at-Arms system, which I still think the retinue system from CK2 is superior to. Our prestige is getting up there. How much do we actually need for our next level of fame? A lot. So that's interesting. That said, we are making good amounts of... Ooh, smallpox. Okay, we're going to send for a physician. Smallpox is not helpful. Yeah, we're going to pay for the most experienced guy here. That's only going to be 5 months of debt. But you combine the smallpox with our gout? I mean, maybe we should go for a risky treatment here. We're 39. We're going to die if this fails. So if it critical fails, we'll die anyway, and then we'll be this kid. Now, I do not believe we'll have a succession issue currently. Let's double check that before we make this decision. Yeah, this is our only male heir. So, it's too late for caution. Okay, we're disfigured. That was a disastrous mistreatment. Okay. So we're almost certainly going to die here. So, what do we want to do? We all knew the risks. You're forgiven. Okay. So, we're probably going to die here. In fact, we're almost certainly going to die here. We should definitely consider this. The unfortunate thing is that our son is sickly. Who's in the line of succession after him? You know what? I actually don't know. Let's see if we can see from the Empire title. Line of succession would go our son to this daughter. Okay. We may end up having to break this betrothal. We'll see. In fact, we may want to break this betrothal right now. This would be our vassal. So I'm going to break the betrothal. And then we're going to talk to this guy, and we're going to arrange a marriage between another, or actually maybe a matrilineal marriage? He would not accept this, of course. This would be very dumb of him to accept. I would not mind necessarily. It would have to be this guy. But he's not going to accept matrilineal. He only has younger daughters. Or actually, hang on. No, he doesn't. He does have a younger son. So that would be this guy. Matrilineal. Now, he still wouldn't accept this. Mostly because of his opinion of us. Okay. Who would have known? We will work on that. We'll see if we can get that fixed. We are dying, and yep, we died. That's not a surprise. That is not a surprise at all. The smallpox outbreak is over, and luckily, our son did not acquire the smallpox. That's good. Now, we're currently over our domain limit. This is not surprising. We're currently 1 year of age. And I would not mind, actually. Let's look into our vassals here. This guy here. This daughter. I wouldn't mind setting this alliance up. And he would accept this. So that's good for us. We do need a new chancellor, and this guy is the most qualified. For a steward, he would also be the most qualified steward. We're going to put this guy in as our steward. And then for our marshal, definitely this guy. And then for our spy master, sure, this guy will work. Actually, he's already considering a proposal. We'll put in this guy. Okay. There we go. So, we, of course, are currently unmarried. Our heir is unmarried. And we need to look at who is the powerful vassals here. We need to allow this to update. Okay. So who is actually probably going to rebel here? Actually, nobody. These are just populists. Okay. We're now the dynasty head, which is a little baffling, of course. Now we're above our domain limit, and the question is, what is that actually doing to us? 3 recently acquired holdings cause no penalties yet. That'll expire next year. Okay, so we'll see what our penalty actually is here. Okay. Our newborn brother is our player heir. So that, of course, means that that sister can get married off to, you know, about whoever. We'll go ahead and ransom this guy back. And if he's a problem, then he's a problem, but that's fine. Now we are seeing that our control level over here is... Actually, are these recently acquired? Is that why this is happening? Yeah, we'll re-enable next month. Okay. That's fine. So as far as this dangerous faction goes, I'm assuming the Yoruba land guy joined this. Actually, he didn't. Okay. Any other issues here? No. So... his children are all adults. We could, however, do this. I'm sure he wouldn't accept matrilineal, but that's okay. He doesn't have to. Excellent. So our prestige is awful. That's not a shock. I do want to check to see what these penalties are going to be before we hand these off. I'd rather not hand them off just yet, if at all possible. However, I suspect it will not be possible. And these buildings will re-enable eventually. Emphasis on the eventually. Okay, this one is... No, this one's not re-enabled. It says it will re-enable next month. Maybe like only one building is enabling per month or something? I'm not sure why these are not re-enabling. Perhaps because we're over our domain limit. That's probably it, in all honesty. So what we should do for now is we should grant this off to ideally somebody that we don't really care about, like this guy. And we'll do the same over here. We'll grant this off to this guy. Now, the reason that we don't want to care about them is we want these back. And we'll be able to get them back, but not quite yet. We'll have to come of age, but I wanted to check to see if these will, at least some of them, will come online on the next month update. Because we're now at 6 of 5 holdings. Yes. Yes, 2 of them came on, the other one did not. Perfect. So we're going to grant this out, but we're going to hold the county, or rather the duchy ourselves. We'll grant the county to this guy. And we do want these back, but we'll have to come of age first. So, as we were doing previously, our income is garbage. I'm not super shocked by this. We are, of course, very young, and our vassals are very disloyal right now. This guy's very upset with us. To the point where we should probably... Actually, we are allied to him. Okay, that's fine. He'll get over it. No worries, then. So what we need to do right now, more than anything, is we need to focus on building these 2 cities, I think. We currently have 192 gold, meaning we have about half of what we need. We can imprison this princess... Or we could try to imprison this person, and if we fail, they won't rebel. So that's good. We're going to go for that. We'll probably fail. We actually didn't. Okay. But we can't ransom her back. That's fine. That is completely okay. So our total soldiers are improving. They're not going to be quite the same as they were under our previous ruler, but we're going to have, ideally, a nice long life here. Our health is currently poor. Hopefully our sickly will go away pretty soon. We're currently 2 years of age. Our half-brother here, he is not terrible, actually. So he's a decent backup. Excellent. Now, we might succeed on this, and she would leave to become a wanderer. Let's try to imprison her. We failed. That's not a surprise. Not a surprise at all. I would like to bump up to High Crown Authority. That is not currently an option. Of course, we would need to be on Royal Prerogative to do that, which we are a long ways away from. No worries on that front just yet, though. So our capital is growing in development, and it's growing pretty quickly, actually. 1.4 per month, that's not terrible. It could be worse, but it also could be better. Okay. So at this point, we're mostly just waiting to come of age. So we're 2 years old, and it's going to be a while. It is certainly going to be a while. We can create some titles. I believe our vassals are doing some border pushing on their own, which is fine. They can do that. I'm not concerned. Yeah, we're definitely getting more titles over here. But what I want to do right now is continue to work on our economy. Now, our control is pretty low, so that's not great. Yeah, we definitely need control, and this is our economic duchy over here, and we're not getting a ton of taxes out of this. You can see here we're only getting, well, from this guy. How do we see what we're getting from taxes from each individual guy? Do we have to look in at the feudal contract? Which, actually, we are technically not feudal, so I don't think we have feudal contracts. We're a clan government. So how do we see what our vassal tax contribution on a per vassal basis is? Have to go in here? I see. Regardless, we're not making much from our vassals. That's the key takeaway here. Now, we are currently on a stewardship education focus, and that is exactly what we want. We're going to want to get our stewardship skill up. Of course, our stewardship skill is currently 0. Which is a little odd. I would actually think that it would be at 1, because we have that stewardship +1 from our stewardship education. Interesting. Okay, it did just come up to 1. That's good. We could gain the trait pensive, and in fact we're going to. Stewardship +1 and learning +1. Sure, that's very good for us. We lose the trait sickly. That's also very good for us. We got some taxes from our counselor. That's good. And as far as this faction goes, this is a Liberty faction. Okay. What can we get over here? Courtiers only? Half-sister. This'll do. And maybe like this? Yes. Do it. So that will kneecap this Liberty faction or completely disband it. One or the other. Completely disbanding it. Fantastic. Very happy to see that, of course. We are gaining in piety. That's good. Happy to see that as well. And our prestige is coming up. By the time we're of age, we will be at least distinguished and perhaps exalted among men, which would be great for going after a Khan. We will have to wait until we come of age, though. That smallpox in the last life, not particularly useful. We could gain useful insights here, learning +1 or learning -1. You could join the court, or we could gain prestige. We're going to take that learning. Yeah, we got useful insights. Good. Excellent. We are a very studious little fellow, it seems. As far as 3-year-olds go. Our mother is eligible to be wed. Okay. Let's go for alliance power here. And this is an external. This is internal here, but he's not too upset. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, of course, I believe we do not have a claim on this down here. So if we were to try to revoke this, yeah, this would give us tyranny. So we will have to work our way back up. And in fact, I'm going to tell our court chaplain here to fabricate a claim on Wandala for us. Excellent. And then we're going to work on these cities once we have the cash. That'll be a little while yet. We definitely have a lot of work to do on getting our income back up to snuff, but that is mostly because we're a 3-year-old. We were born on 11 July, so we'll be 4 soon enough. But yeah, that was just some awkward timing. We can ransom this person back for 11 gold, and I'm actually going to go ahead and do it. That will, of course, get us 2 months closer to building a city holding over here. Wonderful. What's this construction going on? Prayer halls. It's probably okay. Probably okay. Okay. I mean, prayer halls aren't the worst. They're not the best either. This, however, is quite good. Happy to see that. I'm wondering, in mosques... Yeah, I went for trading posts previously, and we might swap that out later on. We can't currently change this, of course, but well, that's something we can address later. Well, we just have to revoke it from this guy and then give it out to somebody else, which we can do super easily for a barony level. Like, it's fine. He would just accept it. I'm not going to do it for right now. Prayer halls are okay. We don't really need the control in Munio, but it's fine. In Garumel, our control will need to come up as well, but in Yao, it's coming up nicely. Very nicely. Okay, betrothal fulfilled. That's fine. Next time we get cash, we are going to construct a city. There we go. Excellent. So with that underway, that will give us a lot more cash. Well, some more cash anyway. Cities generate how much? Just a base city generates about 9. That's not too bad. 0.9, that is. So that's not shabby. And we'll have to hand that out, of course. But that's okay. So we are currently 4 years of age. And this is going to be interesting. Oh, what's going on with Akan here? War against tyranny. Okay, well, we'll see how that goes for him. He's definitely got some issues. I'd love to attack them. Sadly, not an option. We will be distinguished quite soon, though. So that's good. I'm quite happy about that. We can create titles if we want a quick prestige farm. For now, though, I really want to invest in our economy. Our economy really, really needs to improve, and improve rapidly. So that is what we are going to work on. Okay, our half-brother has gained the trait Rowdy. Sure. Our control level over here is definitely coming up quickly. Very, very quickly. To the point where I'm thinking about moving our chancellor, or rather our marshal here. I think we'll wait one more tick here. That won't quite finish it, but I do want to not overshoot. There we go. So we'll move this guy over to Garumel. Fantastic. So with that coming up, that'll be great. We're fabricating a claim over here. We are increasing control. We're increasing development. Our current development is 15. Our existing development cap is not tremendously high. So we are definitely losing out on some development because of that. Of course, once we get access to communal government, that will change dramatically. And that's probably what we fascinate next, if that doesn't get an exposure. We'll have to see what gets an exposure. The Spy Master will have it be this guy. He really does need some opinion of us. He's not very happy with us, but there's not much we can do about that right now. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how that succession played out. This guy should have a nice long life, and we should be able to get a lot done, in theory. However, it is about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode... These guys have renamed. Oh, they adopted a clan government. Okay, I see. That's fine. Next episode, we will continue to invest and take back this territory over here. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time. Hi, Crusade. We'll deal with you next time, too.